Hello everyone, as we welcome you into Simon Fraser University women's basketball here on Clan TV, live from the West Gym. Hi, atop Burnaby Mountain. Tonight we have a matchup between your Simon Fraser University Clan and the Montana State University of Billings Yellow Jackets. Earlier tonight we had a matchup between the men, same two teams, Simon Fraser coming out with the victory. And tonight, Simon Fraser, sitting at 6-5 on the year, 4-2 at home, 0-2 on the road, goes up against the aforementioned Yellow Jackets, who are 3-4 so far on this season, 3-0 at home, and 0-1 away, 0-3 in neutral locations, tournaments they've played so far. For Simon Fraser, Jessica Jones was named the GNAC Player of the Week a couple weeks ago. She's averaging 19.6 points per game, while Ozioma Nwabuko averages 6.5 rebounds per game to lead Simon Fraser. Now, for the visiting Yellow Jackets, scoring has been a bit of a challenge so far this year. They're averaging just 59.7 points per game, but at the same time, they're a pretty good defensive team, and they're only allowing 63.7 points per game, so a lot of their matchups tight, closely contested, low-scoring affairs, so that's definitely something to look out for tonight. Simon Fraser University men's and women's teams on Tuesday here against Washington State secured a 2-0 sweep of the visiting Vikings, and that's the first time that's happened since 2014-15, so a big achievement for the program for these two teams. And that was Simon Fraser's last matchup, obviously, as they took a win 64-60 with Georgia Swan having a huge game. She went perfect from the field, scored 20 points, and hit the game winner late on. Meanwhile, for the Yellow Jackets, their last matchup was against Chadron State at home, and they beat Chadron State 68-54 in what was their second biggest offensive output of the season. So that's how we're set up going into this one, so it should be a good one tonight between these two teams as Simon Fraser looks to see if they can go 2-0 to start their GNAC campaign just like the men's team did earlier tonight. Obviously, we have the inverted game times tonight. On Tuesday, the women went first at 5:15 and the men were at 7:30. Now we have the opposite tonight. So it's good to get the nightcap here for the ladies, and we'll see what kind of performance they can put in. So we'll have the anthems, starting lineups, and all those pregame ceremonies coming up here in just a moment. And it's worth mentioning that, given us the last game before Christmas, we have Santa on location tonight. So for those that are here, you can have your photo taken, some good festive cheer, poster making, live halftime show, all kinds of good stuff here at Simon Fraser in the West Gym. And so we'll be back with you in a moment after the anthems to get this one underway on Clan TV. as the lights go up and we welcome you back in here. No anthems for the second matchup of the back-to-back. So we're underway here in just a moment on Clan TV. Speaking with head coach Bruce Langford this week, you know, the Simon Fraser playing one of the lengthiest preseason schedules we see, but he still feels like, despite a lot of the experience they've gained early on this year, the best is yet to come, saying some of their shooters haven't even really found their form yet, and he's excited about what the season's going to bring here as we tip off, and we're underway. Dryden. Wabuko. Handoff back to Dryden. Swant. Jessica Jones. Now Dryden with it. She'll drive the lane. Tough shot and gets that one to go. Taylor Dryden. Maybe not a perfect look, but she gets that one to fall. So Simon Fraser with the first basket of the night. That pass is picked off from the Yellow Jackets there, and Claudia Hart is away. Oh, and she can't get the layup to go. So Lemlin, for the Yellow Jackets, brings it up the floor. Now into the post, down low. That shot's missed by the Yellow Jackets. So a turnover and a missed shot here early on for the visitors. That was number 20, Taryn Shelley, who couldn't get it to go. Jones into the paint. Nobuko. She'll go to work. That one's no good. Defended strongly by Cunningham there. Now the Yellow Jackets, they drive quick. That one's up. Hannah Collins, she can't get that one to go. Back and forth here early on. 2-0 Simon Fraser. Swant to Hart. Now to Dryden. Dryden to Swant. Jones cuts, and that was a good pass, but she just couldn't get herself quite ready for it. But SFU will get the ball back here as it was last touch off a Yellow Jacket player. So Dryden will inbound it now for Simon Fraser. Now Jones on the perimeter. Facing up against Lemlin. Into Hart in the post. Hart puts the hook shot up. That one's too short. But Nobuko with the offensive rebound. Dryden down low to Hart again. That time it's good. Claudia Hart with a second basket for Simon Fraser. Now Hannah Collins will settle it down for the Yellow Jackets. Screen there from Shelley. Back to Shelley in the post. Nice move, but can't get the shot to go. Tips it in, rebound, second and third time, and that one's good. Shelley, 6'3" sophomore out of Shoreline, Washington. Good work on the offensive boards there. Swant now for SFU. She loses the handle, so now the Yellow Jackets come away. Pass to Collins. Collins slowing things down now. She'll look for options. Now on the outside, wide open shot for Cunningham. That one's good. Cunningham draining the deep shot. And all of a sudden, the Yellow Jackets up 5-4 here early on. Swant into Nobuko in the post. They'll call the travel on Nobuko. Ozzy looking a bit flustered there, but the Yellow Jackets get the ball. So now up a point, the Yellow Jackets go to work. On the outside, that's St. John. St. John driving the lane. That one's too short. And so Dryden comes away the other way. Dryden in behind Hart. Now Swant with it. Back to Dryden. Looking for Jones, moving it around. Nobuko off to Hart. Sophie Klassen's about to check in here for Simon Fraser. A rebound by the Yellow Jackets and a good defensive possession for them. Collins with it. Hart thought about stealing it away. Shelley hands it off. And that's number 14, Lemlin. Mid-range, that one's no good. And now Jessica Jones will bring it up for Simon Fraser. To Swant. Swant's driving. Now that one can't get the roll to go. So a couple possessions empty now for both teams. St. John, she goes quick, but that one's stopped. Drynan dishes it off to Swant. That's up and good. No. You thought after her performance last night that she couldn't miss, but can't get that three-pointer to go. The Collins now bringing it up for the Yellow Jackets. Into the post now for Montana. Well, that one's no good. So shooters a bit cold here. 5:33 remaining in the first quarter. Score still 5-4. Jones puts up a contested three. That one's no good, but Nabucco with the rebound. Dryden, she'll huck up a three. Well, that one's no good either. But Hart with the rebound, so a third chance now for Simon Fraser. Dryden again. Well, that one's no good as well. Collins now in the fast break. She decides she's not going to force the issue and slows down play. Screen now, Shelley setting things up. Collins, her shot won't go. Hart tries to rebound, beat out. So now another chance for the Yellow Jackets, and Lemlin puts it in. Now 7-4, Simon Fraser. Tight play there near the scoring table. And immediate timeout here. So with 4:43 remaining in the first quarter, Simon Fraser down 7-4. We'll be right back in just a moment. Samuel Rowan on your commentary here as we welcome you back courtside. And it's been tough sledding early on for both teams shooting the ball. MSU Billings, 3 for 12 from the field, just 25%. Meanwhile, Simon Fraser, 2 for 11 and 0 for 4 from three-point range. So both teams looking to improve shooting the rock. Drynan has it now. So now have Klassen, Kramer, and Sands in the game for Simon Fraser. Nabucco down low. It's Kramer on the outside. Her shot's up, in and out, no good. No breaks here for Simon Fraser early on. Dryden tried to steal, but a little late to it. And so she'll concede the foul. Number 12, Shiloh Montague in the game now for the Yellow Jackets. Collins still at the point for MSUB. Yellow Jackets looking for something in the post. They won't get it, so Collins with it now. She'll put up a three. Well, that one's good. So after a prolonged drought there, Collins puts it up and in from three-point range. 10-4. Yellow Jackets here. 3:52 left in the the first quarter. Drynan trying to go inside. And that one's off a foot and a turnover for Simon Fraser. So after putting up the first 4 points, a 10-0 run here mid-first quarter for the Yellow Jackets. Collins hands it off. Three is up. That's Lemlin. That one's no good. So Simon Fraser back the other way. Drynan forcing the issue here. Was a looked like a hip check there basically from Collins as Drynan goes down the lane. And they'll call it a foul on the floor. So Simon Fraser will inbound here as Jessica Wazowski checks into the game for Simon Fraser. Nwabuko coming out. Dryden looking for the inbound. Misses Kramer, but Sands finds it. Now Klassen. Klassen to Dryden. Dryden. Pass into the corner. Kramer puts the three up. That one's good. Finally, Simon Fraser hits a shot, and a three-pointer no less, so now they're back within 3 points. MSUB working it around. That's number 5, Emily St. John with it. She goes to work. Three-pointer put up by Lemlin again. That one won't go either. Now Kramer brings it back the other way. Kramer into the corner. Wazowski puts it up. That one's too strong. Klassen, though, battling for it, and she'll get the rebound. Kramer to Klassen. Dryden now. Sands. SFU moving around well here, but still looking for the right look offensively. Dryden in the paint, up with the left hand. That one was tough sledding. Good shot defense from the Yellow Jackets, and it goes out of bounds. So a little over 2 minutes left here first quarter. Visiting MSUB Yellow Jackets up 10-7. St. John working it around. That's Lemlin with it. Now into the corner. Mid-range floater put up. That one's no good. That's Cunningham with the rebound. St. John in the paint. That layup's too strong, and Klassen strong to find that rebound in traffic. Sands brings it back the other way. Klassen. She'll go up with the right hand. Nice move. Sophie Klassen, that one's good. Simon Fraser back within a basket now. St. John leading the Yellow Jackets here. She'll cut. That one's up and no good. So another missed shot by the Yellow Jackets, and Simon Fraser's got a chance to go up here with a successful possession. Dryden, nice pass. Blocked by Wazowski's shot was blocked, that is. And so MSUB comes the other way. Lemlin controlling things. She'll go around looking for options. Now they're going to go into the post. Back outside. High arcing three-pointer put up. That was Cunningham, the Spokane, Washington native, who hits the three. So that ends the drought for the Yellow Jackets, and they now have 13 points, up 4 on Simon Fraser. The last minute of the first quarter here. Kramer, nice move, creates some space. Can't get the little post shot to go. And now the Yellow Jackets hook up a quick three. That was St. John. All of a sudden, a couple quick shots by MSUB, and they're up 16-9 here. Kramer. She looks to drive it herself. Tough shot, but gets it to go. All of a sudden, the scoring's opened up here in the last minute or two. Teams are hitting their shots. Emily St. John bringing it up court for MSUB. Shot clock off. They'll look to hold here. St. John still just inside half court. 8 seconds left. High pick and roll. St. John still with it. She drives inside. That shot's too strong. Battle for the ball. Yellow Jackets going to keep the ball here, but only 0.6 of a second left. We'll see if 3 substitutions here quick for the Yellow Jackets head coach. Doesn't look like they're putting any time back on the clock, so it'd have to be a very quick attempt here. High off the inbound. Good play. That one's good. Taryn Shelley. Good coaching, good execution from the Yellow Jackets there. And with that shot, they're up 18-11 at the end of the first quarter here in the West Gym. With that, we'll be back in just a moment here. Simon Fraser University women's basketball on Clan TV. So we'll welcome you back in here for the second quarter. Samuel Roan with you courtside. Take a look at some first quarter stats. Both teams now over 25% from the field shooting the ball, so a bit of an improvement there. And the leading scorer for Simon Fraser is Emma Kramer in the first with 5 points. Taylor Cunningham leading the way for the Jackets with 6 of her own. Collins goes up in the lane. She'll draw a foul. And so the Yellow Jackets get into the line here early. Fouls on Jessica Jones there for Simon Fraser. Collins, the Great Falls, Montana native, at the line. Second one's up and good. And so the Yellow Jackets up 8 now. Sands brings it up the floor. Kramer with it. Klassen. Jones, some nice off-ball movement. Dished off to Sands. Sands looking for Klassen. That one's broken up with a kick from Danielle Zahn of the Jackets there. So Simon Fraser gets the ball back. 20 seconds left on the clock. Shot clock, that is. To be clear, 9:35 left in the second quarter. Mabuko back in the game. She looks for options on the perimeter. Back out to Sands. Now in the post, that's Carey with it, getting her first action of the night. That jump hook's no good. So the Jackets come the other way. They're going to call a foul on Collins there. Good aggressive loose ball play from Nabucco. And so Simon Fraser's going to get it back. Sands shouting out instructions on the inbound here. Still looking for an option. Nabucco gets it. She passes to Jones. Quick shot off the screen. That one's off the left iron. So now Zahn brings it back the other way for the Yellow Jackets. Inside now, it's number 33, Tylee Manuel. She gets her first basket of the night. 21-11 now for the visiting Yellow Jackets. Jones passing Nabucco. She's able to save it, though. So now Jones with the ball back. Carey on the outside. Out to Sands. Turnover there from Simon Fraser, and so now the Yellow Jackets back the other way. Zahn slowing things down. Looking for a post play there. Shelley going to work. She dishes it off. That's Cunningham. Cunningham's got a nice lay-in. 23 points now for MSUB. Kramer to Carey. Jones thought about the shot and decided the drive, but maybe two thought processes going on at the same time there, so Jones turns it over with the travel. Carey comes out of the game. That's Hart checking back in for Simon Fraser. Cunningham takes the inbound. Zahn brings it up the court. Zahn isolated up high. Now she dishes it off. Cunningham on the wing. Now 33 putting it up. That's Manuel. Second effort there, though. Shelley puts it up and in. 25-11 now for Montana State University Billings. A really strong start to the second quarter here for the visitors. That shot was no good for Simon Fraser. Georgia Swant's going to check back in here for SFU. Jessica Jones comes out of the game. Inbound. Swant looks for it. Tipped off, and we're waiting for the call here. Believe it'll stay SFU ball. Last off the Yellow Jackets. Waiting for a clock correction here before the inbound. So Simon Fraser looking to get something going here offensively in the second. Kramer. She's got Nobuko in the post, but that doesn't pan out. Now Sands on the perimeter. Hart back to Sands. Sands looking for option. She'll drive. They're going to call the foul there. Kendall Sands. Fouls on the floor. So SFU is going to keep the ball. Montague and Janessa Williams checking into the game for the Yellow Jackets. Sands inbound into Kramer. Quick three put up. That one's too strong. Battle for the rebound. Nobuko. Good hustle, and there'll be a jump ball here. And with the jump ball arrow, Simon Fraser's going to keep the ball again. So SFU retaining the ball here. Plenty of looks, but yet to put up any points. 7:17 remaining, second quarter. Sands. Swant. Now to Killens, who's in the game. Sands. She looks for Hart. That one's broken up by number 12, Shayla Montague. So Zahn brings it back the other way. In the corner, that three's up too strong. That was Lemlin. Couldn't get her three-pointer to go. Swant. Sands. Now back to Swant. That pass is broken up. Hart. Simon Fraser working it around. Nobuko. And a travel call against Simon Fraser. Really struggling to get good looks here. Still stuck on 11 points. 6:41 left in the second quarter. Score 25-11 for the visitors. Zahn takes the inbound. Montague running up the court. They'll look to set something up here. Zahn dishes it off. That's St. John on the wing. Back to Zahn. Back to St. John now. Jackets passing it around. St. John will look to drive, kicks it out. Still looking for options. Zahn puts up the shot. That one's no good. So good defensive possession for Simon Fraser. They're not really allowing much of a look. But it's the other end's been the bigger concern for SFU so far. Just not able to get anything going. Drynan. What can the Simon Fraser clan do here? 6 minutes left, second quarter. Pass to Swant. That one was red and picked off. And that's Lemlin back the other way. Nice defensive play and then finishes in traffic. 27-11 now. Jackets up big. Drynan to Swant. Killens on the outside. Swant in the lane. Tough finish underhanded. That one's no good. Nobuko no good. Two really good looks there. About the best looks you could get. And Simon Fraser just struggling right now. Lemlin bringing it up the floor. St. John. Back to Lemlin. She'll put the three up. That one's uncontested but short. Hart with the rebound. Dryden now. Will she push the pace? Passes it off to Hart. Hart in the lane. Nice right hand, and there's a basket for SFU. Lemlin back the other way. That one's a bit quick. So SFU, can they get a bit of a quick 2-for-1 opportunity here as Dryden drives it in, kicks it out to Killens. Killens thought about the shot. Now she's going to drive. Working it around. They're going to call a foul on the floor. Wazowski's going to check back in the game here for Simon Fraser. Looks like Swant's coming out. Fouls on St. John for the Jackets. And with 4:48 left here in the second quarter, Simon Fraser with a bit of a mountain to climb here as they're down 27-13. We'll be back in just a moment here on Clan TV from the West Gym. As we welcome you back from the media timeout here, a little under 5 minutes left to play second quarter. Two areas that Simon Fraser head coach Bruce Langford's probably looking at that immediately need to be improved. Turnovers, Simon Fraser with 8, while MSU Billings only has 2 so far. And SFU, a team that does at times really rely on the three-point ball, only 1 for 9 from 3 so far. Drinan to Hart. Back to Drinan. Looking for Hart. Now Nobuko. She tries to go up strong. That one's snatched away. And they're going to call a jump ball. So that's nice shot defense from Taryn Shelley there. And with the possession arrow, the Jackets get the ball back. Collins back in the game as the ball handler now for MSUB. Cunningham. Stripped by Nabucco, but gets it back. Collins, back to Cunningham. She'll put up a 3. That one's well short. St. John the rebound, though. Collins puts up a 3 of her own. That one's no good. Rebounding inside, Shelley. That won't go either, and Hart rebounds, so now SFU comes away with it. Drinan, Nobucco, Hart, back to Drinan. She thought about it, step back. That one's too strong. Cunningham rebounds for the Jackets. Collins. Wazowski defending as Collins moves around the perimeter. St. John. Jackets moving around. Collins back with it. Cunningham into the corner. Thought about the 3. Lemlin puts it up. That one won't go. Nobucco, good rebounding. Jessica Jones bringing it up for Simon Fraser. 3:30 left to play. First half here. Collins looked to come in with the steal, but the foul is called against her. So Simon Fraser will keep it here. Sophie Klassen receiving instructions from head coach Bruce Langford as she's about to check in. 20 left on the shot clock, 3:27 in the quarter as Drinan's about to inbound. Wazowski, she puts up a quick shot. That one's blocked. Shelley, a menace in the paint so far. Good shot defense from her. Klassen and Drinan battling for it. Good hustle, and it's a last off Lemlin for the Jackets. Head coach Kevin Wooden doesn't agree. And a little discussion here between the two coaches courtside. But Simon Fraser's going to keep the ball as Drinan has it now. Hand off to Jones. Claudia Hart. She'll go up. That one's blocked. That's Shelley again with good shot defense. Now 13 left on the shot clock. Drinan inbounds quick to Hart. Jones. Drinan. Drinan driving back and forth. Hart thinks about it, then takes it. That 3's good. Tight coverage, but it didn't matter. Claudia Hart with a big shot for SFU. 27-16. SFU looking to see what they can claw back here inside the last couple minutes of the second quarter. Cunningham into the post. That's off Shelley and out of play. So SFU maybe building a bit of momentum here. See what they can do in the last 2:36. Dryden calling the plays, getting the look she wants. As Klassen and Jones in some off-ball movement. Dryden takes it herself, drives the lane with the left hand. That one's up and good. Lemlin, that was Zahn. And they're going to call a timeout here with 2:15 left. And so 30-second timeout for Montana. And we'll be back here in just a moment on Clan TV. So as we welcome you back in here, 2:15 left in the second quarter. Simon Fraser down 9 points. Starting to warm up a little bit offensively, up to 24% shooting. And Claudia Hart leads the way with 7 points for SFU. Jackets working it around the outside now. St. John, she drives out wide. That three's up, no good. But MSUB gets the ball back. Can't secure the offensive rebound there, Simon Fraser. Zahn working it around. She kicks it out to St. John. St. John driving, kicking. Now that one won't go either. So that's Lemlin with 2 missed shots there on that possession. Klassen looking for it in transition. That one's stripped. And so MSUB's back the other way. St. John, she's got the open 3. That one won't go. Good look, but can't get it to fall. And so it's still a 9-point game here. Claudia Hart back out to Dryden. That one's up. Can't get the spin. And so Lemlin brings it back the other way. St. John with it now. Out to Cunningham. Battle for it. Last off Klassen. And so MSUB is going to keep it here. Zahn checking out. That's number 20, Taryn Shelley checking back in. Hand off to Lemlin. Cunningham swinging it around. St. John in the corner. Now Dryden bring it back the other way for SFU. She's going to drive the lane. Draws the foul in the process. And that foul is against Lemlin of the Yellow Jackets. So 50.3 seconds left here in the half. SFU still down by 9, but with a chance to close it here. First one's up just short off the rim, no good for SFU. Second attempt from Dryden, that one's good. So SFU up to 19 points now. 45 seconds left to be played in the first half. Cunningham. Cunningham with it again. St. John now. Cunningham. Lemlin. Looks like she stepped on the line there. But no, they're calling the foul on the floor. And the Jackets are going to retain the ball. Cunningham sets up to inbound as Sands checks in quick for Jessica Jones here. 29.9 seconds left. Cunningham looking for options. Lemlin gets it. She goes up. That one's heavily contested. Nice shot defense from Sands there. Dryden. Shot clock is off. And so SFU going to look to hold here. Can they eclipse the 20-point mark here in the first half? We're about to find out. Sands. Sands driving. Acrobatic attempt there from Sands, and she draws the foul. 3.8 seconds left. So Kendall Sands going to head to the line. Chance for SFU from the line here to draw within 6 points. First one's up. That one's good. Sands is second at the line. That one's up and good too. So a 6-point game now. Jackets. They'll huck up a long shot. That one's blocked by Sands. And after struggling for a lot of the first half, you have to think that Simon Fraser will be relatively happy to get out down just 6 points. They definitely have the momentum going into the second half, all to play for here in the West Gym. So at the end of the half, Simon Fraser down to the visiting Montana State University of Billings Yellow Jackets 27-21. And we'll be back here after halftime in just a few moments on Clan TV. Welcome back, everyone, as we get ready for the second half here from the West Gym. Simon Fraser University women's basketball on Clan TV. At the end of the first half, the visiting Yellow Jackets are up 27-21 on Simon Fraser. But Simon Fraser with a pretty decent second quarter, outscoring MSU Billings 10-9 after being outscored 18-11 in the first frame. So a little bit of positive momentum here for the home Simon Fraser University Clan. Points-wise, Claudia Hart led the way for Simon Fraser in the first half with 7 points. Taylor Cunningham leading the way for MSU Billings with 8 points of her own. Both teams really struggling still from three-point range. MSU Billings just 4 for 14, and Simon Fraser only 2 of 13. So we'll see if they can heat up from deep here in the second half. And if Simon Fraser is able to pull off the comeback here in the second half, it would be quite the dream week for the Simon Fraser University men's and women's basketball programs. Going, as we've mentioned before on this broadcast, 2-0 against the Western Washington Vikings on Tuesday night. A really important milestone night for the program, and to be able to go 4-0 on the week would be really some positive momentum to take into the break. So we'll see what Simon Fraser's got here in the second half. Drinen, to start the third quarter, draws a foul. That's Lemlin called for the foul on the floor. So Drinen will inbound here. Jones defended hard there and goes off the side of the backboard. But Simon Fraser creates a quick turnover, and they're back now. Hart. Drinen on the outside. Driving it down the baseline, Jessica Jones. She puts up 2 shots, finally draws the foul. And that's another foul on Lemlin there. And she'll promptly check out. 2 quick fouls there to start the third quarter for Lemlin. And that's number 11, Kate Sams, checking into the game for the Yellow Jackets. Jones from the line. That's Jessica Jones' first points of the night. We'll see if that can spark something. Jessica Jones, first 2 points of the night there. We know that Jones can heat up once she sees the ball fall in the basket, so be something to keep an eye out for here. Cunningham, high arcing three. We've seen that style from her a few times. Rather unique looking shots. Swant back the other way. She responds, no hesitation. That's the kind of knockdown shooting we saw from Georgia Swant on Tuesday. So good to see that again early here in the third quarter. St. John out to Cunningham. St. John. She'll drive it in. That one's picked off by Jones. Nice defense there. Now Drinen pushing the tempo. Out to Jones. Into the paint. Hart. Out to Drinen. That one goes up short off the rim. Cunningham rebounds for the visitors. Collins bringing it back up the floor. St. John into the corner. Cunningham. Shelley, tough shot, but it goes. So 32-26 now is the score. MSUB still in the lead. Jessica Jones going to work. She looks for options. Out to Nabucco. Back to Jones. Trouble handling it, then puts up a shot. Out into the corner. Swant. That one's good. Georgia Swan heating up from three-point range. And so Simon Fraser's within 3 points. SFU looking to crawl back and see if they can retake the lead for the first time since their 4-point lead very early in the first quarter. We're looking at halftime lead possession stats. MSUB led for 12 minutes and 23 seconds. Simon Fraser leading for just 2 minutes and 13 seconds. A big disparity there. Collins brings it up the floor. Cunningham back to Collins. Looks to go inside, Collins does. She gets the ball back. Now Shelley in the paint. Good work in body positioning. Now Drynen's coming back the other way. Taylor Drynen. Hart with a screen. Nicely executed pick and roll. Pass to Nabucco. That one's no good. Now Collins pushing the pace the other way, kicking it out to the corner. St. John's going to drive the lane. That one won't get the roll. Jessica Jones with a good rebound. Drynen. She puts up a tough shot. Nice finger roll finish. Taylor Drynen. Pretty move on the layup there. So still a 3-point game. 6:42 left, third quarter. Cunningham puts it up from the corner. That one was completely uncontested. Cunningham just wide open there. Not the kind of shooter you want to leave with that much space. Drynen goes for another acrobatic layup, and that one's blocked. Bruce Langford and Georgia Swant discussing why Cunningham was so wide open there as Claudia Hart checks out. Sophie Klassen's coming in. Meanwhile, that's Shelley and Cunningham coming out of the game for the Yellow Jackets. Jones with the quick attempt. She'll draw the foul. For MSUB, we've now got number 12, Shayla Montague, and number 33, Tylee Manuel in the game. Jones at the line. That one's good. Carey getting ready to check in as Jones sixth or second. Nabucco coming out. Carey in for Simon Fraser. Collins bringing it up the floor. That's number 12, Montague. Working it with the right hand. That one's stripped. Nice defense from Jessica Jones. Georgia Swant bringing it up the floor. She tries to find Carey down low, but that one's picked off. So now Collins and the Jackets coming back the other way. Corner three, that one's way off. Jones. Pass. Sophie Klassen. Her layup's up and good. Good transition play from Simon Fraser there. Down to just 2 points now. Simon Fraser, really valiant effort in the second and third quarters here to crawl back into this one. And really feeling all the momentum at the moment. St. John drew the foul there, and so she's headed to the line. Emily St. John, the Butte, Montana native, at a Butte Central High School, at the line. St. John gets that one to go. A 3-point game now. Drynen. Drynen, nice drive. Scoop finish with the right hand. Collins, bring it up the floor for the visiting Jackets. Collins off the screen game. That one's up and good. Nice shot from Hannah Collins there. Drynen back the other way. She'll go at Collins immediately. That layup's no good. Back and forth the point guards go here. Jones defending St. John. St. John drives the lane. Nice defense from Klassen. Stripping that one away. Drynen, outlet pass to Kramer. That one's off the glass. Nice finish from Emma Kramer. SFU back and forth here with MSUB. 2-point game again. Collins. She'll put up a three. Well, that one's no good. Rebounded though. Back to Collins on the perimeter. Calling for a screen. It's number 30, Janessa Williams. Collins puts up another shot. That one won't go. St. John rebounding, battling for it. No, pardon me, that's Klassen eventually coming away with it. Kendall Sands about to check in this one. Jessica Jones finds some space, corner three. And that's her first field goal of the night. Nice three-pointer from Jones. Now Simon Fraser has the lead for the first time since early in the first quarter, up 42-41. Maybe a little quick there from SFU, trying to find Carey, but nonetheless, Simon Fraser, after going down big early on, they have the lead yet again. 3:49 left in the third quarter. SFU up 42-41 here on Clan TV. So Samuel Roan back here is the courtside. And Simon Fraser really turning it around so far in the third quarter, shooting 54% from the field, 75% from three, and 100% from the free throw line. So a complete reversal from what we saw in the first half. And now Taylor Drynan leading the way with 9 points for SFU. Zahn back in the game for MSUB. Cunningham. She kicks it into the corner. Back to Cunningham, defended by Jones. They're going to call a foul off the ball here against Simon Fraser. Cunningham to inbound. That fights on. In down low. And that's number 30, Janessa Williams. Sands. Noabuko back in the game. Hands off to Kramer. Kramer looking for room. Jones now going to drive. She draws the foul. And number 11, Kate Sams, wondering where the foul was there. She thought she played good defense, but Jessica Jones will go to the line. Jones makes her first from the line and slowly but surely heating up here in the second half. Jones will get the second to go from the line as well. So SFU back up 44-43 here. A little over 3 minutes left, third quarter. Zahn. Looking for space. Now down into the post, that's Shelley. Nice move from Shelley, and it's up and good. Jessica Jones into the corner. Kramer, quick ball movement, in and out. Sands battling to keep it in. Looks like the foot was on the line, though. And so the Yellow Jackets are going to get the ball back. Trading the lead back and forth here a bit, late third quarter. Danielle Zahn. Florence, Montana native. Cunningham now. Into the corner, back out to Cunningham. Cunningham's going to look to take it here. Nice move with the right hand. SFU coaching staff calling for the travel, but nothing doing as it's up and in. 3-point game now. Sands the ball handler for SFU. Sands looking for options. That's to Nobuko in the post. Physical play, that one's blocked. That's Shelley. And a wild scramble on the loose ball there. Kendall Sands and Nobuko working hard after the block by Shelley to get the ball back. So SFU will get the ball on a fresh shot clock. We've seen, though, that Taryn Shelley inside, the 6'3 sophomore, has been very challenging to match up against. Probably not advisable to go up against her in tight to the basket. Klassen looking for options. Jones turns around, faces up her defender. Now Nabucco. Jones, screen. That one's stripped away by Shelley, but Jones gets it back. Klassen now, less than 10 on the shot clock. Klassen in the lane to Sands. That one's up and good. Nice pass by Klassen, and a nice right-handed finish from Kendall Sands. 1:30 left, third quarter. Simon Fraser down by a basket. Zahn. Shelley with the mid-range. That one gets the friendly roll, and that's up and good. So the Jackets up by 3. Back and forth here in a really entertaining third quarter. Minute left to be played. Klassen. Now Jones. Nabucco in the paint. Nice move. She gets that one to go. Matched up against the shorter Janessa Williams that time. And so Nabucco gets to work in the paint. Nice shot there. Zahn ball handling against Sands. Cunningham on the outside thinks about the three. She passes it out. Looking for Shelley in the paint. That pass won't work. Now Jones back the other way. Quick pass to Nabucco. Shot clock off here. So Simon Fraser with a chance to hold for last shot. And they can take the lead here going into the fourth if they make something of this possession. Hard foul by Shelley there, trying to come in on the double for a steal. And so with Simon Fraser in the bonus, Kendall Sands is going to head to the line with 10.2 seconds left here, third quarter. Jessica Jones checking out. Georgia Swant in now for SFU. Sands at the line. First one's good. So Simon Fraser have it all tied up here in the third, 49-49. Second one's good as well. So we'll see what the Yellow Jackets can do here on their last possession of the third quarter. Collins. She's going to take it in with the left hand. Heavily contested. That one's good. Nice play by Hannah Collins, the 5'5 junior. And that'll end the third quarter. SFU very productive, but still finding themselves one down, headed to the final quarter of play, 51-50 here on Clan TV. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, welcoming you back in here for the final quarter of play from the West Gym. If we look at the scoring numbers for both teams so far, two very different stories. For MSU Billings, two players really leading the way. Taryn Shelley and Taylor Cunningham with 16 and 14 points respectively. Hannah Collins adding 9 points, but really not much scoring from the rest of the team. Meanwhile, Simon Fraser has been very balanced so far. We'll see if that trend continues in the fourth. Tight one-basket game here as we start the final quarter. Swan. Into Klassen, down low. Nice play by Sophie Klassen. And SFU, after that late shot from Collins to end the third quarter, retakes the lead. Cunningham. Working it. And that's number 12, Shayla Montague, with a few too many steps there and called for the turnover. Sands. Off to Kramer. Klassen sets the screen. Nabucco on the outside. Sands into Klassen. One-on-one in the post. Sands. Now she'll look to attack. Nabucco back to Sands. 10 left in the shot clock. Emma Kramer, she'll drive the lane. Right-handed finish. Up and good. It's a good patient possession there from Simon Fraser. And they're now up by 3. Timeout, Montana State, University of Billings. And Simon Fraser up by 3. We'll be back in just a moment here on Clan TV. .8:45 left in the fourth quarter as we come back for timeout here. Simon Fraser, University Clan, up 54-51 over the Montana State University of Billings Yellow Jackets. Collins off the inbound for MSUB. St. John, she'll put up a 3. That one's well short. Rebounded by Swan. Swant. Hands off to Sands. Swant gets it back. Into Sands in the post. She'll look for body positioning. Shelley coming in. Jump ball called. Bruce Langford, head coach of Simon Fraser, not happy that was not called a foul there. But Simon Fraser will keep the ball off the possession arrow. Nabucco. Klassen. She'll put up the jump shot. That one's good. Sophie Klassen's put in a good performance here in the second half. Nice moving and passing in the post. Been an impact player tonight. Collins driving. Hard foul. Well, looked like Kendall Sands was trying to draw the charge there, but nothing doing. So Hannah Collins will head to the line. Collins is first. That's good. 4-point game now. Taylor Drynen's going to check back in here. Collins' second is up and good. So Georgia Swan, no, pardon me, Kendall Sands is going to come out. Kendall Sands out of the game. So Drynan will take over ball handling duties now at the point for SFU. Swat, defended by St. John. Screen from Nabucco. Now Klassen. Swat, she'll put up a three. That one's off left iron, no good. Collins. Back the other way for the Yellow Jackets. Collins patient with it. Drynan defending. Dishes it off to Cunningham. Nice paint by Klassen. Nice defending in the paint by Klassen, I meant to say, against Shelley. That's a tough matchup, but Klassen did very well there. Collins looking to break that one up. Drynan sharply keeps the ball. Klassen going to work again. They're going to call some discussion here between the two officials. Initially, they were calling for a jump ball, but then the second official came in and called it a foul. And Simon Fraser head coach Bruce Langford's frustration with the officials is growing here. Nonetheless, Sophie Klassen will head to the line. Simon Fraser up 3. First one's too strong. 7:09 remaining, fourth quarter. Seconds up and good. Cunningham now for the Jackets. Collins, she'll put the three up. That one's good. Hannah Collins with a nice three-point shot there. Taylor Drynan back the other way. Klassen calling something out offensively. Now looking at Kramer in the post. Kramer called for the travel. So SFU turns the ball over. Just a one-point game now. Hannah Collins. The Yellow Jackets working it around. Hannah Collins puts up the mid-range. That one's good. Couple nice baskets in a row from Hannah Collins. And now the Yellow Jackets have retaken the lead here. Drynan working one-on-one. Kramer looking for the Turner. That one won't go. 2 empty possessions from SFU here. Hannah Collins dishes off to Cunningham. Collins cutting, wide open, couldn't get it to go. And MSUB will turn the ball over. Well, Hannah Collins had the chance there for 3 quick baskets in a row, and it was a nice movement off the ball, but just couldn't find the touch around the rim. So SFU dodging a bit of a bullet there. Down just a single point. 5:45 remaining, fourth quarter. Nabucco outside the Klassen. She heads in the lane. That one's blocked. Tylee Manuel, number 33. Good shot defense, but it's out of bounds off Manuel last. So SFU is going to keep the ball. Jessica Jones about to check back in here. Emma Kramer driving the lane right hand. We've seen that a few times tonight. Nice play from Emma Kramer. So back and forth they go as SFU's back up by 1. Collins, that one's good. Hannah Collins catching fire here in the fourth quarter. And Simon Fraser might be looking to switch things up defensively on Collins because whatever's been going on hasn't been working the last couple minutes. Georgia Swant checks out of the game. Jessica Jones back in. Drynan inbounds to Jones. Quick 3. That one's good. So an immediate impact from Jessica Jones there. Off the inbound. She hits the 3. Under 5 to play now. 1-point game. Klassen working defensively in the post. Manual up and in. Nice move. Klassen back the other way, same matchup. Drynan, she'll drive on Collins. Looking for options, Klassen. Working it with the left hand, that's up and good. The forwards, Manual and Klassen, going back and forth here. It's a good battle between those two. Cunningham. Collins cutting into the lane. Beats Kramer, and she's got another basket. Things are really opened up here, fourth quarter. Teams going back and forth. Kramer. Spinning in the lane. That one won't go. Manual with the rebound. Collins slowing the play down now. High pick and roll. And the Jackets think better of it. They'll pass it out into the wing now. Cunningham thinks about the three. Jackets patiently working around. And that one's stripped, and now SFU's back the other way. Kramer in transition. Nice basket from Emma Kramer. She's been good here tonight, especially driving the lane. But Manual the other way. Back and forth. All of a sudden, Tylee Manual, a real presence in the paint. 67-66 now. Just over 3 minutes left to play. Fourth quarter here in the West Gym. Jessica Jones driving, step back, mid-range. That one's good. Pretty move from Jessica Jones. Under 3 to play now. SFU up by 1, 68-67. Working it around the outside are the Jackets. Collins, her three's up. That one's good. Hannah Collins with the shooting touch here in the fourth quarter. Jessica Jones looking to respond now. And that's Jones stumbling there. Looks like St. John may have provided a bit of a challenge, and Jones with the turnover. So 2:31 left to play in the fourth. We'll take a timeout here on the floor. Simon Fraser trailing by 1 in a tight back and forth affair. 70-68 here. Pardon me, that's by 2 now. 70-68 with 2:31 remaining. Back here in a moment on Clan TV. As we welcome you back in to crunch time here in the West Gym. 2:31 remaining, all to play for. When we look at the disparity between the first half and the second half, really, in this one, especially between the second and the third quarter. Just 19 total points scored in the second quarter. And then in the third, Simon Fraser puts up 29 points to MSU Billings 24. And we've currently got almost 40 points, 37 to be exact, scored here in the fourth. So both teams really finding their shooting touch in the second half. Question is, who's going to come out on top here in the last 2 minutes? Hannah Collins, floater in the lane. That one won't go. One of the few she's missed here in the fourth quarter. So now Drynan back the other way for Simon Fraser. Jones, quick three. She knows that's one short. Gets her own rebound. Heads up play for Jessica Jones there. Missed the three-pointer, but right in the right place at the right time to secure the rebound and puts it in to tie this one up at 70. Collins now down low. Cunningham working back and forth here between the two of them. Collins, deep three. That one's heavily contested. Even though she's been shooting absolutely phenomenally, that might have been a bit of a forced look there. Kramer calls for the screen. Doubled now. What can she do with it? That one's picked off by St. John, I believe. No, and they're going to call the foul against St. John. So that's St. John fouling Jones there. So SFU is going to keep the ball. 1:09 left now. All tied up at 70. Drynan to Kramer. Kramer up with the left hand. Can't get that one to go. Shelley rebounds. Now Collins. See what kind of approach the Yellow Jackets take here as the clock ticks under 1 minute remaining. Cunningham in the corner. Collins. St. John. Cunningham. That one's perfect. Nothing but net for Cunningham. And so the Jackets are now up by 2. Drynan looking for Kramer. Back out to Drynan. Drynan back to Kramer. Klassen in the post. Jessica Jones. She's one-on-one with St. John. Jessica Jones still working. They're going to call the carry. Well, it might have been an off-ball screen there. Regardless, the turnover for Simon Fraser, now 26.1 seconds left. SFU is down by 2, 72-70. So as we break out of the timeout here, yet another really tightly contested game in the fourth quarter. Other than the first couple games of the season, every matchup the SFU women's team has played has been tight, right down inside the final minute. 72-70, 26.1 left. Jackets to inbound. Shot clock is off. Successful inbound for the Jackets and a quick foul. So Sands takes the foul. And that means Hannah Collins will head to the line. Pardon me, she won't head to the line because they're not in the bonus yet. But SFU is going to have to foul again here quickly. St. John is the one that's fouled. And a pretty low fouling fourth quarter. 4 fouls for Simon Fraser, 2 for the visiting Yellow Jackets. So another inbound here. You'd think that SFU will look to foul again. They do. Jessica Jones. This is a bit of an odd scenario where it actually might have helped Simon Fraser if they'd already had the visiting Jackets in the bonus because they wasted a bit of time there. But nonetheless, St. John will head to the line. First one's up and it's good. So best SFU can do now with a single shot is tie it up as St. John heads to the line for her second. That one's no good. Klassen rebounds. Timeout called by head coach Bruce Langford. So 17.1 left here. 73-70. MSUB Yellow Jackets. So certainly not over. For 30-second timeout for Simon Fraser. We've seen some clutch game-winning shots Jessica Jones, Georgia Swant come to mind in recent matchups for Simon Fraser. So what can head coach Bruce Langford draw up here? Drynan, Swant, Nabucco, Klassen, and Jessica Jones on the floor for Simon Fraser. A real spread out look here from SFU. Nabucco inbounds to Drynan. Drynan working on St. John. Foul's called on St. John. So Drynan's going to inbound here. Still 2 fouls away from the bonus. Drynan. Jones. 7 seconds left. She puts it up. St. John blocks it. Nabucco gets it back. Fighting for it. Klassen. That's it. I think time looks like time has expired on the clock. But we're going to take a look at the monitor. See when the ball came out of bounds. Just a wild scramble there. Jessica Jones tries putting up a three. Nabucco rebounds. She tries passing it out. Then it's on the floor. Klassen's after it. And it careens out of bounds. So we're going to have to see here whose ball it is. Is there any time left on the clock? And that's why they're going to the monitor. We'll await a final decision from the officials here in just a moment. 73-70. And a thrilling one in the West Gym. MSUB, after letting Simon Fraser back into it over the second and third quarters, might be able to squeak one out here, but we'll have to see how much time is left on the clock, if any. And for Simon Fraser, this is just kind of the way the season's gone so far. They've been on both sides of close games, hitting game-winning shots, having game-winning shots hit against them. No better example than against Cal State LA. They played back-to-back days, and each game went down to the wire. Each team hit game-winning shots. And it's certainly thrilling basketball to watch. Sure, head coach Bruce Langford would probably like it if his team took control of more games, but that's not the way it's been so far. Still awaiting a decision here. And this is it for Simon Fraser before the Christmas break. So either way this one goes down, they'll have a long time to think about it before they resume play in January. Here we go. We're going to have the decision here in just a moment. See officials confer at midcourt. That's it. Game's over. Off the officials go. They rendered no time left on the clock, and so MSUB comes out with a road victory against Simon Fraser, 73-70 at the end of the game. For SFU, that's a tough way to finish out their schedule. They'll move to 6-6 overall so far in 2019. That is this fall version of the 2019 season. And for MSUB, they'll tie their record up at an even 500, 4-4. Tough end result for Simon Fraser, but they have to be proud of the way they battled back in the second half and really gave MSUB some trouble after it looked like it might get away from them early on. Thank you, everyone, for being with us tonight from the West Gym at Simon Fraser University. For Kendra Ho, Jacob Hall, everyone on our production crew, camera crew, all the fans that came out, Santa who is here tonight. We really appreciate your support for Simon Fraser University basketball, and we will see you back here in the West Gym in the new year. Looking forward to it here on Clan TV.